Hello, everyone. Hope you are well on this Wednesday night. I ran across an interesting article a couple of days ago about human capital. We have a human capital crisis. And that's got my attention and read through that and makes a lot of sense, actually. Have you noticed that things take longer to get done? You have to wait longer to get something brought to you, generally. Things just aren't getting produced or done quickly at all. You have to wait longer in general for just about everything. Yeah, I'll go into that a little more. But first, there was a few other stories that struck me as well. We have to stay alert out there. And I know most of the crime crisis is the stories that you hear about are in the big cities, but you really have to watch it wherever you are. I saw a story where San Francisco, y'all might have seen this. San Francisco, out of control. You talk about without rule of law. They just don't have it there. It's really sad. A beautiful city, or it used to be. But there was a story about a bat wielding kids, teens, I guess. I said kids wielding bats like baseball bats, attacking moms and nannies outside of a school in a wealthy neighborhood. Now, this neighborhood, Noah Valley, Noe, I may be pronouncing that wrong. If any of you live near there or are familiar with it, chime in on comments. But Noe Valley, it is nicknamed Stroller Alley because it's an upscale neighborhood. I guess you have a lot of moms out there, nannies pushing the stroller with young toddlers and such. But might have to rename that carry alley. Like you're going to carry, you need to carry something for protection. And yeah, so just let's just go attack mothers and nannies who are just trying to take care of kids like babies. Let's attack them with bats. What the world? What in the world? Of course, Chicago. It's like in the news every night. So and on the way home from work earlier, here, like a quarter of a mile from the entrance to our neighborhood, there were two state patrol cars pulled over on the side, and there was a motorcycle that looked like it had just been abandoned or turned over, and they were inspecting the scene. And then one of the cops looked like he was preparing a drone. He had a drone on the ground, and looked like he was programming or getting it ready, I guess, to use the drone maybe to look for whoever it was, or I don't know if it was a chase. I don't know what it was, but they were looking for somebody. I mean, just a little piece from where we live. And on the local social media sites, I hear about people commenting, talking about what was going on in this neighborhood or that neighborhood with all the police presence. It's almost daily. I mean, we're out here. I mean, we're about an hour, a good hour drive from Metro Atlanta. You know, other stories. The Fed sees more rate hikes ahead, but at a slower pace. What does that even mean? That's what they said. So the cost of doing business, the cost of getting loans is going to keep going up. Yes, tougher times will continue. Oh, you probably saw the story. Cocaine found in the West Wing, the White House. I mean, are we not? I'm not super surprised when I saw that headline. I'm like, okay. I mean, I guess we should be shocked, but given the uh, recent times, I'm not shocked. And there's no telling. They're probably blaming it on the sun, but who knows? That could be who we don't know. I guess they're getting high on the fourth, huh? I guess they were having some parties. Anyway, I just had to mention that. United States and I would include North America really, seeing across the board human capital crisis, not seen in decades, maybe ever. This was by a budget watchdog. I'm not sure what a budget or I guess an economic watchdog is, but they were citing several things. The regulations under the current administration. They say the added regulations over the last 3 years is costing the average American household over $10,000. That's not counting just regular, rip your face off inflation that we still have, higher interest rates, everything else going higher. It's hurting the economy. It's hurting average folks and their everyday lives, just cost of living. Um, Households, again, facing $10,000 of extra costs. And it's mostly auto, fuel economy, emission standards. Um, and they also talk about taxes, your extra fees you're seeing. And some of them are kind of hidden. You may not even notice it, but just a little nickel and dime, from bank fees to tax stuff, county, property, state, federal. I mean, I could use more foul language, but I'm not. But so that they named that was one thing. Talking about autos, I drive by a lot of dealerships. I drive by a lot of stuff in my work, but I've been noticing there's a CarMax not far from my route that I drive some days and well, most days. That sucker is full. I don't think you could fit one more car in there edgewise, y'all. And prices don't budge. I don't know what these people are thinking. I don't know what these dealers or these. I mean, you run out of room to put vehicles, but you're not going to come down on the price. What are they waiting on? I mean, I don't get it. Something has to give. Something has to give. Now, as far as other dealerships I've seen, your GM, Chevrolet, Dodge, Jeep, they seem to have a lot of inventory too. A lot of inventory. Ford, a lot of it, especially trucks, $80,000 to $100,000 F-150 trucks. They're piling up, understandably. Hello, a lot of people are just wanting to get food and afford basic cost of living. Hello, so those are piling up, not coming off the price. At least not yet. What gives here? Toyota. It's a different story. They don't have much. I mean, there's more than it used to be, but I don't know what they're trying to do either. I mean, the prices are just insane, insane. But then again, I mean, they get stuff in, they sell it. I don't understand. I don't know what people are doing. I don't know how they do it. Anyway, so I digress. Back to this human capital crisis. The other thing, excess deaths. Excess deaths. Lots of people are dying in larger numbers than usual. It can be anything from accidents, diabetes, just a lot of health, a lot of sickness, heart attacks, heart disease, cancer. Thing called, I did a video on a while back, turbo cancer. They're nicknaming it turbo cancer because, especially in the last few years, noticing younger people getting cancer in late stages when it's discovered, hardly treatable, and they're out fast. They're checking out fast because of this. And it's younger folks. What could that be? Wonder what, I mean, there's a lot of theories. I'm not going to go into detail, especially on this platform, but that's an issue. So you got several things going on there. A lot of people are just dying. You get it's affecting productivity as a whole, isn't that? It's amazing. Not in a good way. Amazing in a bad way, really. Anyway, you get the feeling that they don't want you to be mobile. They don't want you to own your own home. They won't. They don't want you to really to breathe. I don't think. We have to be hard to take down. We have to get hardened. We have to kind of adopt the mentality, the toughness of our ancestors. And we may be uncomfortable, a lot more uncomfortable than we're used to used to being, and it could be difficult. We don't know. It's hard to tell, but I think we just need to be hard to take down, hard to get rid of. I can put it that way. Um, Healthy. Let's live as healthy as possible, as naturally as possible. But yeah, I thought that was an interesting story. Share your thoughts on that. But uh, but yeah, we've got a crime crisis. We got a lot of different things, going on. But one thing we know for sure is that God is still in control, and it's all He is in control, and it is all part of a plan. And we can rest assured in that. And He is faithful and stays faithful as well. And I have that leads me into a good verse. It's from, well, I'm going to read it from, I got the Bible right here. This is from Psalm. I think this will give some people some comfort. This is Psalm 72, verse 12 says, "For he will deliver the needy who cry out, the afflicted who have no one to help." So whether you are the one that needs the help, let's stay faithful and stay close to God in prayer. If you are one of those who can deliver some help, if you, and it may not take a lot or a lot of effort, but it may make a real difference in somebody's day or their life. So let's look for ways to do that, to make an impact. Again, share your thoughts. If you like this video, remember to click the like button. It helps the channel. And if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. It helps us out. We appreciate it. God bless you. I'll see you soon.